A little more fun than the last time we were here. What an effort by our guys. I thought we've been waiting for a game, close game, waiting for a competitive game. Wanted to be in a position where we could determine an outcome, just give an opportunity. I thought our guys were resilient from start to finish. The spirit was there, the energy was there, the communication on both sides, offensively and defensively, of just getting organized, communicating our coverages. I thought our guys, after what we went through the other night here against Sacramento, to bounce back in the fashion we did was very fun to see. Yeah, Mike going around here. Getting formal in there.
Coach, you went with Spellman to start the game. What did you see with him when you guys got to
Well, what it was Vince Carter being a pro and, wanting to help some other guys get going and sacrificing. And, it was an opportunity just to throw a young fella out there and see if we can get him going. And Vince had no issue, coming off the bench and taking a back seat. And here you have him finishing the game. So it worked out well for both guys. But Amari comes in, he gives us toughness, he gives us the spirit, he gives us some energy, and he gives us some three-point shooting. It was good to see for him, but it was also good for all of our guys.
Coach, this was the first time you outscored an opponent since the Dallas win in the third quarter. What was different about that halftime?
I don't know. I told them at halftime, I said, whatever you guys normally do the opposite. But they know, they understand. We've struggled coming out after half. We had a lead going into halftime this game, and I think just having that momentum, having some positivity at halftime, gave them an opportunity to come out feeling refreshed and not pressured or stressed coming out. So I thought the guys, from start to finish, were together. And, even the mistakes we saw in the first half, it didn't really bother them. They knew we could correct them.
Speaking of Vince, he played some impressive minutes tonight. What did you like from his game today?
Just the leadership, the sacrifice. He's always a guy that's willing to move the basketball. He was a recipient early, but he also made some good passes. Defensively, he was out there communicating. He's in pick and roll coverages. He's communicating to the guys. He played competitively. He understood we were in a position, we had an opportunity to win the game, and he brought out the old Vince spirit tonight, and the guys fed off of it.
When they started closing the gap, what were some of your concerns?
Just not to turn the ball over. We knew we could score start to finish. We wanted to be organized. We wanted to execute. If we can get a shot up, we were pretty good. So just being poised. They called a couple questionable calls on Trey with the carries, and that hurt us. So if we could just get a shot up, we'd be fine.
Right.
Coach, you talked about having to lead in the first half. How important was it for you guys to get out to such a good start?
Yeah, very
in the first
much.
quarter?
Yeah, and it's we talk about the third quarter, but it's been a bunch of different quarters. New York, it was the second quarter. First quarter the other night. I forgot who that was, but just having the momentum and just being consistent. We were never really down. We were never really separated from them. But we knew we were in the game. We knew we were under control. Keep our turnovers low is going to be key for us, and then getting stops. And that momentum in the first half carried over, and I thought our guys were fine the entire way.
Coach, I know it's not a one-on-one game, but was it fun for that little bit, kind of watching Vince and the way you go at each other and just have fun?
I think it's fun for them. I think there was a little jersey swap going on after the game. We know it's the end of the road with Dwayne. This is his last year, so I know they appreciate it. It's fun to watch, but it definitely wasn't a one-on-one game, and I know they don't want it to be a one-on-one game as well. But it is fun to watch both of those guys out there.
Coach, can you talk about the team sharing the ball? I believe like 20 of the first 25 field goals were assisted.
Yeah.
And tell me about the ball movement.
Well, you talk about energy. When that ball moves and people get to touch it, there's energy with the ball. There's energy on the offensive end. And the reason we were together defensively and offensively tonight is because we had 22 assists at the half. Because we finished with 33 assists for the game. Our first preseason game, we had 32 assists. There was a lot of fun. There was a lot of fun out there, and I think the guys felt that today, especially in that first half. So it just brings energy. Guys are connected a little bit more, and then they're connected a little bit more on the defensive end.
Coach, what did you think about Trey's performance tonight? Of course, 24 points, but 15 assists, so he was decent and facilitating out there as well.
Yeah, we know what Trey is capable of doing, and when we shoot the way we shoot, he's always ahead of the snake for us offensively. 15 assists for anybody in this league is a high number, and that's why we drafted him. We know he's capable of doing that. We love to see him do it more often. 24 points are always bonus, but when he gets his teammates involved like that, that's special, and that's fun for the guys.
Coach, talk about Dwayne Dickman and the game he gave you guys tonight.
Yeah, Dwayne's always just he's that key component. He's a loudest guy in the locker room, good and bad. He's just always talking, but he brings that to the court as well. Scored, knocked a couple threes in, but his real contribution is on the defensive end. His energy, his communication, he's always in the right spot, and that was big tonight. For them, a team that's really good on the offensive glass, Whiteside never really came back into the game late. Bam is a handful, but to keep them to one shot and get out and run, that starts with Dwayne. That starts with our bigs up front, and he was key for us on that.
Hey, Coach, your team hit 7 3-pointers in the first quarter, including a couple from Denman and Land. How important was it for the 3-pointers to get your offense going?
Well, 7 assisted 3-pointers, and I think that's the key portion of it. It was a result of ball movement. The shots we want, but we want them through motion, we want them through hands, and we want good to great. We want a good to great on every possession. Anytime we can assist, anytime we can make the simple play, that's key for our offense because that keeps the energy and the spirit of our guys.
Coach, you guys held the Heat scoreless in the final 3 minutes of the game. What did you see defensively? What did you guys do to shut them down?
I didn't really realize that. They had 60-something in the first and had 50 in the second half. And, for our guys to finish the game with the defensive presence, to finish the half with the defensive presence is key, especially considering the third quarters we've had the last couple games. And we'll try and keep that. We'll try and keep that momentum. We'll keep talking about it, and we'll keep emphasizing it.
Coach, how did you feel about Vince Carter's performance today?
I just think it was good for him. I talked about it earlier. It's good for him that he was willing to give up that starting spot, and that's a sacrificial portion of the team that a lot of guys don't understand. But he was able to finish the game, and so his performance of helping the teammate try and make an impact in Amari, but then also being able to be on the floor at the end of the game. He made a big shot, big pull up at the end of the shot clock late. Comes up with the helping out as they're pressing full court and gets it over half court and gets the foul and shoots the free throw. So he's a leader. He's a veteran. He understands how to contribute. But it was very much needed for our young guys just to have some poise on the floor.
You guys ran a ton of high pick and roll with Trey and Len, with Spellman just sort of setting the down screen on the opposite side. Is that something that you saw on film that you wanted to go through? Or?
Yeah, early in the game, I think Alex had 2 threes, and it was really just trying to pull Whiteside away from the basket and just open the lane up. Late in the game, Trey's got 15 assists, keep the ball in Trey's hands. We know they were blitzing, and so now if we can get it out of his hands quickly, if they're going to blitz, we've got 4-on-3 on the backside. The guys just have to make the right plays, and we did. I thought we did for the most part.